Good evening, folks out there in the galaxies, far, far and yonder. This is Justin Carson, and the reason why I'm whispering is because I'm deep below 1,000 yards below the earth in a dungeon where creepy little things crawl and monsters come out of nowhere. Anyways, that's bull. The reason why I'm here is to notify you a little history of my art. Well, you may ask, what art does he have? I have art like laser beam ray guns coming out of each end of the corner of your screen to blow up my head. Anyways, enough of that. True art in Muddpop records. Where can I begin? As a child, I was raised by my father, who was a graphic designer, and actually worked for his company in his graphic designing studio for approximately 5 summers in summer school. On the summer months of school, and I practiced my first lecture set. And what lecture set is, if no one knows out there, it's stickers that are letters, and you rub them on to a film, and then this film gets taken to a particular light box, and this light box produces like a red film that can be used with solution to create what's called a silk screen. And then with the squeegee, ink is passed on the screen, and you can, through different applications, produce graphics like that. And I was a big comic book fan back in the day. Your Superman, your Spider-Man, your Batman, all the Marvel, all the DC, even in some independent comic books, and got into a heavy metal magazine in my later years in high school, which got destroyed by my parents because of the influence they thought it had on me. Anyways, I did have a good collection of heavy metal magazines, but they're gone now. So I studied the illustrations, I studied the designs and such, and I really actually started when I was a child copying Disney movie covers, and I used to give them to my little baby sister when I was done them. I used to color them in with different crayons and pencil crayons and such. I went to art school in grade 9. That was evidently in grade 9 at art school. I got booted out for smoking grass. Apparently the grass was laced. That's a long story. Forget that. And on the sound and engineering wise, influence was my stepfather. And he had his own hi-fi and audio-visual shop in my hometown where I was born, in Ajax, Ontario. Best place in the world, still is today. yeah, I learned a lot about sound from him. Um, and he also repaired stereo systems and VCRs. I used to go into the back of his shop where he used to repair these machineries that created these noises and sounds and visuals. And it was a big event to be able to play around with electronics and soldering irons even when I wasn't supposed to. And yeah, so numerous influences such as that, and the sound, and also the music coming out back then. You know, my parents were listening to good old classic rock at the time. And grunge was not really introduced to me until around 1994. But it wasn't grunge per se that got me started into my liking of alternative rock music. It had to be when Weezer came out with the Blue album. But yeah, so anyways, from there, 1996, Soundgarden's Down on the Upside came out. And that's when I really started to get into Soundgarden. And then in grade 10, 1997, picked up my first bass guitar. I got ripped off. I didn't know really much about musical instruments back then. The damn thing was warped. I bought it off a buddy of mine in high school, and I paid $300 for it. That was ridiculous. So anyways, I brought it home, tortured my parents with it. I mean, I put them through a lot with the Metallica and Justice for All album. I used to sing it to the top of my lungs, and they used to tell me to shut it off. Didn't listen to them. But I did practice his bass, and I came up with my own band with me and my two buddies. We were a three-piece, and we were supposed to play at a show at school in the auditorium, but never happened. And recently been doing some work for my band, my brothers. You can see them on the Muddpop Records page on Facebook. Mostly all the material is there. Check it out, have a look. It's pretty dope shit. Whoops, I swore. Anyways, I have to bleep that out later on. We got some good musical material happening. And yeah, coming up soon we're gonna have merchandise. Go from there. So there you have it. That is my story of how I formed Muddpop and the influences behind it.